My guest today is an internationally recognized cybersecurity leader, technologist, keynote speaker, and author. Dan Lohrmann is Chief Security Officer and Chief Strategist at Security Mentor Incorporated, where he's leading the development and implementation of Security Mentor's industry-leading cyber training. Dan has advised senior leaders and led Michigan's government cybersecurity and technology infrastructure teams. Dan is the author of 2 books, Virtual Integrity, Faithfully Navigating the Brave New Web, and Boyd for You, the guide to bring your own device to work. He's been a keynote speaker at global security and technology conferences from South Africa to Dubai and from Washington, D.C. to Moscow. Dan, what keeps you up at night?
Well, Scott, thanks so much for having me. I'll tell you what keeps me up at night is that security pros are struggling. And what I mean by that is I know a lot of your guests, I've watched some of the other segments that have been really fantastic. The different people you've had on have talked about the breaches, the ransomware, the different types of cyber attacks that are hitting us each and every day. And certainly those are huge. We're having daily incidents. We're putting out fires right and left. But I'm thinking about the firemen. You know, it's really been an incredible last few years, and really if you go back almost a decade, but it's been getting worse. The attacks have been getting worse. I think about the CISOs, I think about our security teams, I think about the different people that are working this each and every day. And really it's very reactive. It's a process whereby people are taking steps to really remediate those breaches, to respond to incidents, to react. But I worry about how those relationships are going, how the CISOs are doing in their wider responsibilities with, implementing strategic plans. If you think about a fireman, you think about you're always putting out fires, you're not fixing the firehouse, if you will. So really, what are the steps that people are taking to really implement those strategic plans, if you will, build a better fire department, if you will, take those steps. And it could be building relationships across the enterprise, getting the executive buy-in that they need, working with different parts of the organization around proactive measures that could prevent data breaches, that could prevent things from happening. And I think a lot of people are struggling in their careers right now. Obviously I know a lot of CISOs that are trying to get out of the security. They'd rather do something different. So I worry about security pros. I worry about CISOs, and I try and help and mentor them into thinking broader about their role and their career and how they work with the enterprise.
Oh, that's great. Thank you for your insight there, Dan. Hey, Dan, where can our viewers learn a little bit more about you and maybe some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah, I write a blog, a weekly blog for Government Technology Magazine. It's called Lohrmann on Cybersecurity. I also blog for CSO Magazine and quite a few other different guest posts you can see. So if Google Dan Lohrmann, you'll see me out there. But on Twitter, you can get at GovCSO. You can see me certainly on LinkedIn. If you link with me, you're a professional in the industry. I'm pretty generous with my connections, so connect with me on LinkedIn. And certainly encourage you to go to securitymentor.com, and you can hear about the upcoming presentations I have and learn more about Security Mentor and how we work in the security industry.
Well, that's great. Thanks again for being on there, Dan. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Scott. I really appreciate your leadership.